Assalamualaikum everyone. Good afternoon. Right, so today's session, welcome to another session of Apple Learning, professional learning. Okay, brought to you by Apple Learning Community Malaysia. Okay, so we will start for at 2:30. So, right, so we're still waiting for other participants to join us.
Just testing this now.
Just testing the sound.
I hope you're not too shocked or as surprised as I was at my own presentation slide.
Okay, right, so right, so while waiting, you those who missed the first session, okay, there are recorded session of Apple Professional Learning Series from 1 to 14 April, right? So you can scan the QR code and have a look at the recorded session. Right, so Asma, suara saya, is it okay? Okay. Okay, all right. So still waiting for other participants to join us.
Hi Ajib. That's a participant that I know. It's my senior during my studies in Salsa.
Oh, okay, welcome everyone.
Yeah, welcome everyone.
So we share this QR code. So the recorded session of previous session, and also you can have current session, the current series, the recording session for current series at Apple Educators UKM YouTube channel.
Dr. Zakia, can you tell us what are the series that are already completed and the title of all the series that are already completed? Yeah.
Okay, so for Apple Professional Learning series for series 2 iPad for online education during pandemics, we already completed 5 session, which is the first one on 15 April, mindset change for online education using iPads during the pandemic. Then we have rethinking digital citizenship for online education, redesigning digital pedagogy on synchronous teaching using iPad, redesigning synchronous collaboration for teaching on pages. And yesterday we have creating 3D augmented reality learning experiences with Reality Composer. So for today's session, we will have igniting your imagination via animated drawings in Keynote for asynchronous teaching. Right. So we are still waiting for more participants to join us today. Okay. So while waiting for more participants to come, so I promote you to join us at Apple Learning Community Malaysia. Okay, so we'll share the schedule for future events and workshop. Okay. This one, and also at Apple Teacher Community, right? So there are thousands of teachers, lecturers, educators, and also Apple introduces that have already joined this committee. So we welcome you to join us in Apple Teacher Committee, the Telegram channel. Okay. So on the previous recorded session can be viewed from the Apple Educator UKM YouTube channel. Okay. So you can also get the recorded session for the first series of Apple Professional Learning Series from 1 to 14 April 2020, okay, from this Padlet. So the recording session for the second series is also can be viewed from this Padlet. Okay. So now it's 2:30 and our participant is still around 34. So we shall wait until it reached 50. Okay. Right. So another channel is Apple High Ed Educators. This one is organized by this is for higher education educators, lecturers. So you are welcome to join us in Telegram and also Facebook. Right. Okay. So for today's session, okay, our session is igniting your imagination via animated drawings in Keynote for asynchronous teaching. Okay, brought to you by Apple Learning Community Malaysia. Okay. So before we begin, let me introduce you. I am Zakia, a lecturer from University Technical Malaysia Melaka. So I will be your host and also your moderator for today. So I would like to remind you, okay, to mute your microphone, okay, during the session. And this is a recorded session. So please use the chat feature to ask questions during the presentation. There will be a Q&A session at the end of each session. Please use the screen sharing function when the trainer is sharing her presentation. Okay, I also get some requests from a few of you to annotate on the slide. So please do not do that at the moment. All right, so and because we will have a drawing, that's why I do not turn off the annotate function. All right. So for participants who require attendance form, borang kehadiran and feedback forms will be shown 15 minutes before the session ends. Smart attendance for UKM lecturer will be displayed at the end of the session. Right. So now our participant is around 59. Okay.
The smart attendance. Hello.
Salam. Yes,
Sorry.
Dr.
Yes, Marniza. Yes. The smart attendance never work. I'm not really sure. So I have difficulty to log into the,
Okay, right. So I think you have to liaise with Dr. Harwati, right?
Yeah, I sent her messages twice, yesterday and also day up before yesterday. So hopefully she will catch up with that.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
You're welcome. Okay, so we already reached 50. Okay, let me
Kehadiran Mak Jan.
Excuse me, kehadiran.
Okay.
Okay, the QR code for the this session will be shared at the end of the session. Right, so let me repeat on the online workshop for newcomers. Right. Okay, I would like to ask you to mute your audio first. Thank you, everyone. All right, so please make sure your microphones are turned off during the session. This session is a recorded session.
Ada masuk. Sudah ke.
Alright, so please use this chat feature to ask any question, and there will be a question Q&A session at the end of each session. So the attendance form, borang kehadiran, and all feedback forms, smart attendance will be displayed at the end of the session. So let me introduce our speaker for today, okay, which is Puan Asmawati Ahmad. Okay, she is Apple teacher. Currently, she is a freelancer. Right, currently not attached to any organization, but she is a former instructional designer with several e-learning provider companies such as Content Solutions Sdn Bhd, Sage Interactive Sdn Bhd, and has worked at Telekom Smart School. Alright, so Puan Asma, are you ready?
I'm ready. Can I start now?
Okay, alright. Alright, so please welcome Puan Asma. And so I will stop sharing my screen, and so the floor is yours now, Puan Asma.
Alright, thank you. Let's try to share the screen again. We tried just now. So Zakia, have you shared? Have you allowed me to share the screen? Oh yes, okay. The button now. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So I will do the mirroring. Sorry if this takes a few minutes. We tried earlier before, and sometimes it was quite fast, and sometimes it took a few minutes to share the screen. Nothing yet.
Still not yet. Still viewing. So
Try one more time.
on the black screen.
Stop and try one more time.
How to say?
I think I may have to exit the other screen. Hold on, yeah. I'll try to leave the meeting again. Try again.
Okay. So nothing happened. Okay.
Still nothing yet.
Still waiting for it's still blank screen here, but I can see that viewing Asmawati Ahmad screen.
It's actually maybe it's taking a few. It's taking a while because on my iPad it shows mirroring.
Asma, can you use your Mac directly on the Keynote?
Cannot because this Mac is a bit outdated, so I cannot install Keynote. I have to mirror it.
You can come out from the mirroring and join in again.
Okay, I think it's already here because we can see the your pop-up.
Let's try one more time.
Can you look at the setting preference on your Mac? The display, the display. Go to the display.
Yeah, it's coming up.
That's why I missed it. I have to.
It's coming up.
Alright. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I keep forgetting which device to click. Sorry. Too many devices. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Asmawati Ahmad. So today I will be sharing on how we can actually use animation, animated drawing in Keynote to make our lessons more interesting or more engaging to the learners. Thank you, Dr. Zakia, for the introduction. So please stop me if you feel that I'm going very fast, but I tend to talk fast, and when I'm nervous, so I'm kind of nervous today actually. So forgive me if I seem nervous, and if I talk too fast, so let me know. And if you have any questions, just put it in the chat box. The whole team is here. Inshallah, will help to answer if if I don't see the chat box there. Yeah. So let's start with the first page. Okay. Here's just a small example of what I did. Can anyone guess who is this? Who is this person? Who is this gentleman?
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Guess again. It's around that time, but it's not him. Anybody from the chat? You can put it in the chat box. When my son saw this picture, he corrected. He gave me the correct answer for the on his first try. No, not Socrates, not Stanford Raffles.
Raffles.
I'll give you the answer. Alfonso. This is actually George Washington. So I hope that's how George Washington really looked like. Yes, Rosalina is right. Washington.
Okay, nice.
Next, okay, just a little bit about me. I think Dr. Zakia has already mentioned a bit, but I'll just go through briefly. Okay. And as we go along the slides, maybe you just take notice on some of the animation, some of the effects that I've used. So maybe we can talk further on this later on. So this is an animation using line drawing. So in 1994, I'm actually a product of Emerson Justin. So in 1994, I was in batch 93-94, Emerson Justin. Okay, and then in 1999, I completed my degree in Bachelor of Science, Computer Information System in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And in 2010, I completed my master's in Masters of Instructional Technology in University of Malaya. Okay, and just recently, it's still hot, claiming. Just recently, I've been certified as Apple teacher. Okay, so and career-wise, I've been an instructional designer for several companies, as mentioned by Dr. Zakia. So I've done content on school level as well as corporate level. So, and I also did some training for teachers, training on system, training on how to use the system, and training how to incorporate ICT in teaching and learning. Because at that time, I was also involved in the Smart School pilot project, whereby I think the e-learning was quite new to some, especially the educators. So there was the pilot project, and the Telecom Smart School it's not actually a school, but it's an organization managing the pilot project. Okay. Sorry, I keep on trying to press on the Mac. I forgot that I'm actually mirroring from my iPad. Okay. Before we go right into the content itself, how about this one? Can anybody tell me how can we improve this? It's actually a graphic about the American Revolution in 1776. The people demonstrating, actually the Americans who are demonstrating, they are against the new taxes, new acts by the British Parliament. British Parliament has imposed tax on sugar, on tea, on stamp. I think there's another tax. I don't remember. So can you tell me? Sorry, can you hear me clearly? Because I got feedback from participant that
I can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
All right. Sorry, Panarazi, I think maybe your line is a bit slow at times. So I hope you can follow us. Right, color, yes. Other than that, thank you, Johanna. Yes, for giving your feedback. Okay. Point two, set color. Jamri also set color. It's okay, not too bad. Really? Are you sure? Animation sounds, yes. Let's see. Okay, this is what I've done on this graphic. So as you see, this is actually one of the content that I'm currently developing for it's for history subject. Okay, so this one is because there are people demonstrating. So I think to me, the important part is actually the people who are actually doing the demonstration. I can actually animate a few other things, but it may not be relevant. And as you can see, there's a boy there. Okay, that's because it's in line with the story that I was working on. So there's a story behind that. So, but it will be no surprise if when the content is completed, if I tell you everything. Just bear with me, right? So what do you think the difference between this and the previous one? Would this be more engaging? Would the learners feel like you are actually watching something from the 70s, 1770s? Right?
Very nice.
Thank you. But my drawing may not be that perfect, or still I'm still in the process of sharpening my skills. Okay, let's go to the next screen. Okay, how about this one? How can animation improve this? How can animation improve this particular? This is actually a picture from the textbook. I think it's from geography textbook. So I just capture and put it here. Yes, through Jahana, right? Students love visualization, help them to appreciate history. Yes, I hope so. Okay, yes, this is about hujan acid rain, yeah. So what I did for this particular presentation was adding some animation. So if you notice the earlier one, okay, it's everything is there. Everything is shown in one screen. Okay, so by adding animation, you can actually show things little by little, the processes. For instance, um, yeah, you can see the smoke coming up from the factory, and then the next process is the smoke from the cars is being sejatan is not condensation, right? Is that right? That's Zakia. I don't remember science. Sorry, not very good at science. So the processes, if you notice, is one by one. So the process from the smoke, okay, and then how the acid rain is being acid rain has bentuk, is it?
Okay.
And you can see the corrosion on the building as well as the plants there, yeah, being ruined. Okay, so would this be a better presentation of the content? Do you agree that this would be a better presentation? The learners would see the processes, right? Okay, go to the next one. Okay, so when do we actually use animation? Okay, let's go a bit to the theory part. Okay, so when do we use it? According to educational psychologist Richard Lowe, yeah, there's two main reasons to using instructional animation. Okay, first is to fulfill cognitive function, and the other one is for effective learning tool, as an effective learning tool. Okay, what does it mean by fulfill cognitive function? So it helps learner to understand the subject matter, whereby it facilitates learning. Okay, it provides more and different information rather than static graphics only. Okay, so it helps a learner to build more accurate mental models and systems behavior compared to just graphic alone. Okay. Next one, effective learning tool. It helps attract attention, engages learner, and sustain motivation. Okay. So these two are among the main reason why we use animation, or when should we use animation. Okay. And I'll share with you a bit of the best practices. Among it is keep it simple. So what does it mean by keep it simple? Don't overload your screen or don't overload your content with high pace, highly visual, or content dense. Meaning, if just put things that matters, so that your learner will be focused on what matters. Okay. Next is give learners the option to replay. So since we are talking about asynchronous learning, asynchronous learning means the users or the learners can learn at their own pace. We don't have to make it real time. They can communicate with us later or at their own time. They can even open the learning material at 1 o'clock, 1 a.m., 1 in the morning, or even 4 a.m., right, before sahur and all. So, and they can use it at their own pace. Okay, so if they are using it at their own pace, so you have to allow them to replay or to rewind, to see, to take a look at it again and again until they understand, yeah? Okay, and pair it with the right content. What does it mean? Okay, it's when we use the content to demo complex processes, yeah? Complex processes, things that it can't be seen by our eyes, like for instance, bacteria, under the sea, like last time on the session with remember that Puan Zahara? So we draw things that we can imagine from under the sea. So animation can help you, can help the learner to imagine this, to see things that we don't really normally see with our own eyes, right? And this will help make the info more memorable. Okay, and use audio to maximize working memory. So if you recall back my drawing just now, the one with people demonstrating and all, wouldn't it be more engaging, or wouldn't it be more nice or more, say, more realistic if you have some track of people like saying no, no STEM act, no STEM, no T act, right? So don't you think it would be better to have some background to support what is being shown on the background sound or audio, or even music to support what is being shown, right? Okay, so that's basically it for best practices. Okay, then we have to remember that dealing with doing e-learning, we have various learners and with various learning styles. I think it's the same as as learning in classroom. You have kids who focuses when you actually uses music, who focuses more when you actually show pictures, right? So same thing in e-learning. So according to Neil Fleming, he uses the term VARC, stands for visual. So there are 4 learning styles. There are 4 common learning styles. Okay, for visual learning style, students with visual learning style learn by seeing things. Okay, these are the kind of students who likes to see visuals, graphics, graphs. Okay, they prefer to see visualization and relationship between ideas. Okay, for this kind of learners, we can use charts. We can use highly visual and show the relationship between various points. Okay, so the next one we have is auditory. Auditory is learners who learn best by listening. Okay, they prefer to hear or rather hear info, okay, rather than reading or seeing the visuals. Okay, what you can do with this kind of learners, you can ask them to recite the info out loud, so it helps them to memorize better. Or you can also ask them, give them a chance to repeat themselves. Like right now, if let's say your microphone is on, I can ask you questions and ask you to repeat my points. What did I mention just now? And also this would be helpful for learners with auditory style. Yeah. Okay. The third one we have read and write. So read or write. So these are learners who like to learn through words. People who likes to read, who likes to write. I think the writers, the novel writers, they might be in this category. Right? And the last one is kinesthetic. These are people who likes to do things by doing it. They learn better by doing it. Yeah? So these are people who likes to do the hands-on, to experience it, and then learn best by doing things. Okay? You can give them like role playing, and you can ask them to write things in order to remember. Or also you can give them a kind of simulation kind of activity. Right? So far, is there any questions? I've been talking a lot since I can't hear you, so I'm not sure whether you're following or not. So anything, just put it in the. Johanna was asking, Cikgu Asmati, do you trace the picture onto Keynote? Yes, we'll get to that. In this particular session, yeah, we'll be using a lot of tracing. That's how I do my drawing. All right. So everyone can draw. So according to Apple, everyone can create. So in this case, everyone can draw. Really? Is it true? Well, to be honest, I'm not really good at drawing. I love to draw, but I'm never good at drawing. I can draw. I can do tracing, even on papers and all. Tracing I can do very well. I think most of the people can do it very well. But drawing from scratch, that is the part that I'm actually lacking. But I really love to draw. So when I found this iPad and Apple Pencil, when I discovered this, actually I'm becoming addicted to drawing. So let's see. So, yes, I would agree that everyone can draw. So as long as you have, in this case, in this particular case, as long as we have an iPad and an Apple Pencil. But what if you don't have an Apple Pencil? Not to worry. You can still do the drawing. Okay, as you can see there, in Keynote, if you look at your topmost, rightmost of the screen, you'll see this menu. Okay, so what you do is you press the plus button. Plus button means you add on something. Okay, so now we're going to add, for example, okay, you're going to add drawing with the Apple Pencil. Somebody is turn on. Okay, so when you press on that, then you'll see this menu. So select the image menu and the drawing menu there. So and then you'll see the bar, the drawing bar down there, drawing tools. Okay, so you can use that. You can use your finger, but it will be actually you'll have a better experience if you use Apple Pencil, because it can be more accurate. Okay, so let's give this a try. Yeah, Dr. Zaki, I think I forgot to give the link for the sound. Remember that?
All right. So you want
yeah.
me to share?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Can you share it at the chat box? So for us to try this out, I would like everyone to download the sound. Just a small sound effect that will help make our animation more interesting, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, while waiting Dr. Zakia to, yeah, I'll just play this. Basically, what we're gonna do, just a small animation, but it takes quite a few processes to work on it, because we're going to start it from a drawing itself, right? Okay, so while waiting for Dr. Zakia to upload the link, to put the link in the chat box, we can do it together. So first, some of you might have gone through some lessons on drawing on Keynote and all. If you haven't, I hope I can guide you slowly. So as you can see, you can't see. Okay, I'm doing it on my iPad, but I think you can't see it on the screen. I'm sliding up the dot from the bottom of the screen. Okay, and I'm gonna actually drag Safari. Can you see that on the screen?
It's still your Keynote?
Yeah, it's actually, I'm still on my Keynote, but I've already put up Safari next to it. So I'm actually viewing a split screen. So is everybody aware of, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, sorry, because I think I was in the presentation mode. Sorry about that. Okay, so what you do is tap and hold and drag Safari to the right side, right edge of your screen. Yeah, and then search for long I dash height TI. Okay, so we want to export picture, the first picture. once you see the picture, what we'll do is we'll just tap on it, hold the picture, and drag it into Keynote. Is everybody following me?
Okay. So I still looking for the
okay. Long I dash height art. That's not a GIF, Aida. It was totally nearly drawing, but I put in some animation. So that's what we're gonna work on. So everybody can come up with it later.
okay, right.
Alright.
So the Dropbox is the sound file, right, Panasma?
Yes, it's a sound file. Is it a art to start with the animation? No. It's totally drawing. Don't worry. Let's do it together. Okay. Has everybody has everybody have the picture? Okay. Can I I'm gonna close my split screen. So we are back on Keynote. All right. Okay. The first thing I will do normally when I trace drawings, the first thing I will do is you tap on the drawing itself until you see all those blue dots around that picture. Okay, then you tap on brush. Okay, that's where the brush button means you can actually edit the thing that you are selecting. Okay, so we are trying to edit this picture. What we want to do is go to image. All right. Sorry, not image. Style. Go to style. See opacity here. Opacity means you can actually make it transparent, right? So what we'll do is lower down the opacity. Doesn't matter how many percent you want to lower it down, as long as you can still see the picture clearly. So because we want to trace on it, and we don't want the picture too bright, so that because if it's too bright, then you can't see your own drawing. Yeah. So I'll choose around 30-40%. Okay. Right. Okay. And the other thing that I like to do is, and normally when I do tracing, I would love to put it on lock. Okay, the same button, brush, and then arrange. Lock meaning you can't actually, you won't accidentally move it somewhere else, because sometimes when you draw and then you pinch in, you pinch out, sometimes you accidentally move the picture, so your tracing will go haywire. Right? Is everybody with me? Are we up to the lock the picture already? I hope so. Just tell me if you need me to slow down. Okay. From now on, since we are going to trace it, I would like to make my screen larger. So you just pinch your two fingers, pinch in and pinch out. Okay. Right. So now I'm using my pencil. When I tap my pencil on the screen, it automatically shows the drawing tools. Right. So the drawing tools that has been chosen is the marker here. You can see it. And I normally take around the third one, the thickness, marker thickness. Yeah, I like the third one. It's not too thin, not too thick. Sorry. Oops. This somewhere else. Right. So we can start tracing. It's up to you to start tracing from which part of the picture, from which part of the drawing, as long as you trace everything. Okay. Right. So I'm tracing the face. Yes. Now the hair. Everybody is okay. Right. The nose. You actually when you're tracing, it's up to your creativity if you want to change a bit here and there. But if you're not that creative, or like me, I'm not that good at drawing, so I'll just follow everything first. I'll change later. Okay. So the reason why I chose this picture, because it's simple and it has all the things that I wanted to show you. Yeah, because if you were to do drawings like the earlier one that I show you, it will take half a day for all of us to actually complete it. So I'm choosing this one because this is simple, and I hope we can finish it by the end of our session. Right? Is everybody doing okay? We can use other JPEG, PNG. I think so, because as long as they are pictures. Dr. Zakia, do you know the answer for that?
Okay, so someone you asked, okay, Dr. Johanna asked we can use other JPEG, PNG, right? So we can use any format of file as long as it can be attached into the Keynote.
Thank you, Dr. Zakia. All right, so I'm done with mine. Is everybody finished? Okay, let's say if you want to be a little bit creative, I want to add an classes there. Okay.
Glasses, alright, nice.
Right. Once you're done, press done, tap done. Okay. So you're back to your slide. Okay. Now you see that your drawing is actually an object here on this slide. Okay. So I'll just move this object or my drawings to the left of the screen a bit. So is everybody following? I'm going to delete my picture, the original picture. So I hope everybody is okay. So I'm going to unlock my picture, right? Unlock, and I'll just delete it because I don't need anymore. I don't need anymore. Okay. So we just need this, right? When you draw, make sure you put make sure your lines are all close or attached or close to one another, because it will be easier for you to color it later. Okay, so now what we will do, I'll show you next. So how do we actually make the little girl appear from looking, she's looking like she's coming from inside the box, right? So I'll use this tool. I hope you can follow too, the lasso tool, or some people call it the selection tool. I think Cikgu Show call it selection tool. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just trace a little bit around the little girl. Okay, right. Never mind whichever is selecting, just press copy. Okay, and then paste it somewhere else. Right. Okay, so I'll just delete the extra lines here. I just need the girl. Right. The next one is I'm gonna actually copy the front part of the box. This is one tool that I use in drawing in Keynote. It makes things so easy. Okay, I'll just copy again and somewhere else. Okay, somewhere else. Let me just copy this whole thing and put it a little bit above so that I have more space to work on with the rest of the thing. Down here. Oops, sorry. Okay, and you can clean up the picture. If you can see, if you notice here, there's some lines left there, so you can delete it. Just select with the selection tool or the lasso tool, just delete it, right? So we have these three items. Okay, now what we need is a box that is empty. So we'll use the selection tool again and cut it out. Just it took my lines as well. Never mind. We'll draw the lines again. And this is the part where you need your imagination a bit because things that you can't see, things that are not in the picture. So you may need to use your imagination to complete it. All right. So is everybody with me? Right. So I have an empty box here, and then the front part of the box, and as well as the little girl. Okay. So next I would do the coloring part, which is the fun part. This is the most interesting part, and I like the most, which I like the most. Yeah. Okay. What you select is the tool that looks like a paint. Okay. and you can change the color. First, I want to color the girl's hair. I'm choosing brown so that we can see clearly the lines, right? I'm choosing a different color for the skin. So what you do is just press, when you choose the color, and then you just press once on the drawing itself. So it will fill up the whole section. As long as your lines are not separated, as long as you don't have like holes between the lines, so it will automatically color it for you, fill up the color. Okay. Okay. Next, I will color the shirt. You can change colors. Let's say I want to put a darker color on the sleeves, right? And now I'm coloring the box. I like to use blue. Maybe a different shade for the inside. Okay. Yeah, I'll use lighter blue. Okay. When using the selection tool, okay, if you want to change the color, you can just simply press the selection, tap on selection tool and tap on the picture, then change the color here. Say I want to lighter blue. Okay. And if let's say I forgot what color I chose, I can always use this tool. I don't remember what's the name of this tool. Okay, so this tool allows you to actually copy the color that you select, okay, and then you fill up the other place. Sorry, one more time. Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Which
Just
part?
about how to change color, how to identify the color that we forget, and then
Okay.
thanks.
First, you choose the lasso tool or the selection tool, okay, and then you press on. If you don't see the color and the boxes and the dotted lines at the right side of the lasso tool, then you press on the picture once. It should appear there. Okay. So when you see when you press on the picture on your drawing, it selects the part that you touch. So just change the color from the color palette.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
No problem. Okay, I'll just see. That's why I say it's fun. You can actually play around with the colors all day long, right?
Yeah, really nice.
I'll just use the traditional method again. So this color has to be the same color as the one as the box, the complete box. Yeah. Okay. Is everybody okay up to here?
Yeah, so far everyone is following.
Right. Okay. If you need me to slow down, just let me know. Okay. Next. I'll just close this first. Done. So you should see 3 different drawings here. How do you know if it's 3 different drawings? Because it's highlighted differently, separately. You see, separately. This is separate drawings. If in case you see any drawings that are being grouped together, what you need to do is to just go back to the drawings just now. Use your lasso tool. Select the drawing that is grouped together. Select one of them, and then you cut and paste it somewhere else. Okay, and it should be separated from the rest. Right. So next step. Can I go to the next step? So far so good.
Okay, so far so good.
All right. So next, we want to hide this little girl. Oh, okay. I think we forgot to color the eyes. See, she has a transparent eye. Scary. Let's change the eye color. Okay, there's another technique of using the lasso tool. Instead of filling it automatically, what I can do is I can select the lasso tool. Sorry, select the drawing tool, the color water tool. Okay, and I'll just draw on top of the parts that I want to color. Fill in the color. Okay, right. So there's another way to do it. Okay, so I'm done with that. So I click done. Next step is to putting the animation. Okay, so let's move the little girl into the box. So as you can see here, she's a little bit too large to be hidden. So we'll just resize her a bit so that she would be inside the box. This is still outside, but later on you'll make her be inside the box. Okay, all right, everybody okay? The next is, because this part is an exact copy of the completed box, or the complete box. So the size is the same. Okay, so what I want to do is to actually cover the girl with this part, right?
I have a question.
Yes.
I can't make the girl see visible in front of the box.
Okay, that's
When I move
because
in front of the book, in
that's
front of the
because
box.
we have it because these drawings have layers. Okay, so what you
Okay.
do is you select the girl.
Okay.
Go to the brush. Okay, you can see and then there's a range there, right? Move to back or front. So make sure she is at the top. Move this thing, this slider. Being at the top here
Got
means
it.
she is at the front part of the layer. Okay. So that's why when I put this cover here, she's still on top because she's on top of the layer. So what I'll do is I'll make sure this front part of the box is the top layer. Right? I think the line is a bit. All right, never mind. Okay, so everybody following me?
Yes.
All right. So the next step, we don't want to hide her first because we want to put in the animation. So let all those three layers be visible right now. Okay. So next, what we'll do is remember the first thing we saw in the animation is an empty box, right? And it's falling from the sky. Okay. How do we do that? When you press on the box, you can see the menu up here, right? Press animate. Okay. Press animate. Okay, you can see add built-in, add action, and add built-out. Add built-in means how do you want it to appear on the screen? If let's say you don't want it to be there when you open the screen or open the page, you don't want it to be there yet. Okay, so you add in built-in, meaning it's not there yet until you put it and you put some effect to built-in. So the effect that I use is anvil. It appears here because I've been using it recently. I've used it recently, so where you can find is actually at the back of the animation. So you can see there's a lot of animation style there. That we've got line draw appear. You can test it out. You just press on any of it and you see the demo straight away on the box, right? Like that, for instance. Okay, so what I want is the one that I use is unveil. I want the box to fall from above. And there's an
That is
effect there.
under add built-in, right?
Yes, add built-in. Okay, everybody good? Everybody following me? Can I proceed?
Okay.
All right. So once you have selected the animation that you want, okay, just press under the cross button there. So you see it's already there, anvil built in. Okay. Next, I want to animate the little girl coming out from the box. Remember? So let's move this first. So I want the box to end up here. So I move it here, right? Okay. Next, we want the little girl to appear from the box. So drag the girl to the front of the box, okay, and press add built-in. Okay, we don't want her to appear yet before the box fall onto the floor. Okay, so what we need is first you need her to appear. Okay, so meaning if you press built-in appear, meaning before the animation happens, she won't be visible on the screen. Okay, so I'm gonna select appear. So you have to select appear first for her to appear on the screen, and then next I will tap on the add action button. Everybody okay?
Yes.
Thanks Ajit for joining us. Okay. All right. So next is I'm going to use create path. When I press on create path, there will be a red dot in the middle of the drawing that I have selected, yeah. So what I'll do is I drag that red dot until the girl seems to appear. Sorry, you can always clear and do it again.
Sorry, I miss that part. How do you get the red dot?
When you have you put appear as built-in for the little girl?
Yes, appear built-in, yes.
Then can you see the middle part is add action?
All right.
Yeah, press add action.
Okay.
And then you select, select motion path. Select motion path, and then you see the red dot. So you drag the red dot until the girl seems to appear from out of the box. From inside the box. Right? So you can test it out. Okay. That's how it's going to look like, but you can still see her. All right. I hope everybody's following me, because I'm going to go to the next step, which is the front part of the box. Right. So since we've already put it at the front layer, so when we put it on top of the little girl, it's gonna cover her completely, right? So you don't see her. It seems like she's in the box itself. So this one as well, I would need to appear as built-in. Okay, because I don't want it to be in the screen before the box falls from the sky, from the top of the screen, right? Okay, so okay, from here, if you see on your top right of the screen, you can see the play button, and then there's like a bullet list, right? Press on that one. Okay, when you press on the bulleted list, it actually shows you the order of the animation. Okay, let's take a look at our order of animation. So first, the box will fall down. Okay, so this will happen if we tap. See, it says on tap. If you want it to happen automatically when the slide changes to this slide, you can select after transition. Right? Okay. If you want it to appear when you tap on the screen, then you can select on tap. So for now, I will select after transition, because I don't want to tap the screen. I don't want the screen to wait for me to tap it to animate it. Okay, and then when it drops, I want the girl and the front part of the box to appear. So what I do is I drag the drawing, the front part of the box. Sorry. Okay, and I want it to appear together with build 2. This is build 2, yeah? I want build 1 to appear after, sorry, this is build 2. I want build 2 to appear after build 1, okay? Right after the box has fallen, the box has already appeared on the screen, okay? And then we want the girl to appear together with the front box. Sorry, with build 2. Is everybody following me?
So far so good. No question.
Questions here?
Lost.
We lost.
Maybe,
Well, you know.
Build order.
Maybe Mrs. Asma can repeat how to rearrange the order, the animation order.
Are you already at this bulleted list menu, Dr. Maniza?
Yes, I am. Yes.
All right. So in here, you can actually see the sequence of the animation. Okay. So what we want is the first thing that needs to happen is the box drop from the top of the screen, which is unveil, right? Drawing. So you can see the box and it says drawing unveil, the effect. So make sure that one is the first sequence, the first in the sequence. Okay, and then you select the girl with drawing to appear, move it, drag it right below drawing, right below, we call it bill number 1. You see the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. So bill number 1 is the first one. So make sure the little girl is under the bill number 1 and you press after bill, not on tap, not with bill 1, but after build 1. So when the box has already fallen on the ground, then only we want the little girl to appear, right? And we also want the front box to appear so that we don't see the little girl appearing on the screen. You get what I mean? They appear together, but the girl is still hidden, right? Okay, so the next part is okay, that's for the fourth animation. I will leave it on tab so that when we tap, then only the girl will appear from inside the box. Okay, if we are all okay, if you're all following, then we can just take a pic and see if it's working. And tap the screen so the little girl appears from inside the box. Yes, you have to, that's why we say ignite your imagination. You have to imagine and see which one comes first, which one has to be hidden. Because if you leave the girl outside there, then it won't work. Your animation won't work because she's already there. We want her to be hidden as if she's in the box, right? Okay. So I hope everybody's following me because we're going to the next step, which is adding the sound. Okay. So next step is, so we're done with the animation. So now we are putting in some sound effects so that it has a little bit more impact. Yeah. As Dr. Zakia has already put the link in the chat box. I hope everybody has. Yeah. We can copy again and paste it one more time.
Okay.
Everybody just click on the link and you'll be downloading a sound.
Right. All right. Shared already.
Right. Okay. Click on the link and you should be able to download the sound which we'll be using for this particular animation. Are we still okay regarding time, Dr. Zakia? We are about.
So we have another 4 minutes.
Okay. We'll finish this as soon as possible, and then I have just 1 or 2 slides more to share. Okay, so I'm just going to speed up a little bit here. What we'll do is don't press on the animation or the picture. Just leave it there. So we press the plus button. Okay, and choose insert from. So if you've already downloaded the sound, you should see the drop sound in the folder. Yeah, you should download it and put it in your Keynote folder on my iPad. Okay, save it there so that you can see it. So I'll press on that one. So here's the sound. When it appears on the screen, so I'll do is add an animation there, animate, start audio built-in, okay, and go back to the bulleted list. Right. Okay, this sound, I want it to appear, to come up together with the box dropping because it's the sound of the box dropping. So I'll just drag same just now. I'll just drag it and put it right below drawing the first build, and select with build 1. Okay. So everybody's okay with this. Okay, then click done.
We'll play together with while the box is dropping, right?
Yes. So let's give it a try. Can you hear the sound?
I can't hear the sound.
All right. We have to be aware because later on there's an animation that with a loud sound. Okay, let's try again. I've increased my volume. Okay. And then the girl appears. Once you tap on the screen, the girl appears because we chose on tap, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's basically it. It looks just a small animation or just a small drawing there, but it consists of the concept of how actually I did all my drawings that you've seen earlier. Yeah. Some I did with I put some animated GIFs like the people demonstrating. Those are the ones that I did using animated GIFs because I want it to keep on looping in the screen. Okay, and things that you want to animate just once, you don't need to keep on looping it. You can just use animation and drawing in Keynote. right. So I hope everybody managed to follow and manage to create your animation along with the sound.
Yeah, there is no question yet.
I hope
So
that's
if
a good sign.
other participant has any question, you can share your question in the chat box.
Yes, Diana, please do practice more because practice makes perfect. All right, so let's go back to the slides. So I'll share with you.
All right. So now I can hear the sound, the drop
Okay,
sound.
all right. I should have played that one more time just now. Okay, how to import the audio? To download it by clicking the link.
I already shared the link, the Dropbox link to insert the sound. So you have to download it to your device first, and then insert that in your Keynote.
All right. Okay. So let's move on. So what can we do to make this interesting? Okay, this is a picture of from the glorious revolution 1688, one of the content that I'm working on. So when I saw this drawing, I felt you know, it's you can see that it's very historical. It looks so with the people from the past, the costume and all, right? So how did actually how I actually did what I actually did with this picture is something like this. Okay. All right, let's go back to the previous screen. Okay, so what I added was actually an animation of the boat. The same concept that I used with the girl and the box. I took it out from my drawing, copy and took it out from my drawing and um, complete the drawing, the missing part when we take out the boat. So there will be some missing lines there, right? And then as well as the birds. So, and I add on animations on this boat and the birds by using the built-in, not built-in, sorry, because it's already on the screen. So I don't have to use built-in. I use add action. Okay, I add action and create path. So what kind of path I did was like for the bird, it's like a round trip for the bird. And as for the boat, it's like a wavy kind of path so that the boat looks like it's on the in the it's like on the following the waves. Yeah. Okay. So what do you think about this picture? I hope it makes you feel like you are in in a
Very nice.
1688. All right. Okay. So that's basically it. The things that I
Can you play
wanted to share.
again the animation?
Sorry.
Can you play again the animation? This one very cool.
Okay. I'll try again. Can you see it? Can you see it clearly?
Yes, but I think before this there is sound with it, but just now there is no sound.
Oh, really? I can hear the sound from here. All
So
right. I
you
think maybe
reduce the.
oh, okay. Probably. Maybe I reduce it. Let's just play it one more time. Last one. If you notice, there's sound there.
Okay.
It's too loud for me.
Okay, nice. Okay, Puan Asma, Dr. Hana asked, this animation on the slide, can it be saved as a single clip?
This kind of animation, if I'm not mistaken, you can save it as a video. Save it, export as video, and select save one. I'm losing the
Sorry?
sharing the screen sharing.
Yes, you can share it again because you're still the presenter.
I share it.
Still in the presenter mode, so okay.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
You can share the screen again.
Yeah, I'm trying to share the screen again. So actually, that's the second last of my slide. So the last slide is basically just an just a recap on the best practices. Okay. Not sharing, is it? The next.
Okay. We still cannot see any
Okay.
sharing.
Can you see it now?
Not yet.
Not
Okay,
yet.
Dr.
Okay.
Dr. Aida asks, how long does it take you to finish that animation?
Well, depends on how dedicated you are because I got really focused on doing this. The drawings itself, I took about an hour probably while doing a few other things, multitasking, and putting in the animation is not that long, but because I need to plan on how to do it first, so it takes a longer time. But once you know what you want to do, and you just try and error, it won't take too long. So probably at most half a day.
Very nice.
All right. I think the screen is not sharing, right?
Not yet. So
I think it's okay since we're already at the end of the session. I'll just repeat a bit on the best practices. If you can recall, there are four best practices that I've shared earlier. First, keep it simple. Yeah, don't put too many things in screen where might distract the learners. Okay, and give the learners the option to replay. So if you're going to put it in movie, it'll be easier for them to just rewind a bit, or if you put it in Keynote, they can actually just press back and forth, go back and forth the slides, right? Pair with the right content. So if let's say you need to show some things that cannot be seen with our eyes, like the bacteria, the under the sea environment, and also these are the things that you can use animation at best. Okay. And then use audio to maximize working memory. If you notice that my drawings just now, the last one will have a better impact compared to the earlier ones, right? Because just animation, but no sound, no no soundtrack of sound effect. Sorry, no sound effect of background music, right? So that's basically it. That's all from me. I hope it's going to benefit everybody who's here, and I hope everybody could produce the animation as what I've shown here. Okay. So if people ask you, can anybody really draw? Yes, I would say yes. Just answer yes.
everyone can draw. Okay. Question. All right. So, but someone already answered it for me. But I just read the question. What is the difference between export and save file?
Save file. If you save your file in Keynote, so it stays in Keynote format. But if you export, meaning you are exporting it to a different format, for instance, a movie. So if let's say I export my Keynote slides, my slides this today, if I export it to movie, then you can actually view it in a movie player, right? Am I right, Dr. Zakia? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and other things that you can export is like making it animated GIF. I think Dr. Zakia has already made have already actually did a session on that. You can actually go back and see the previous sessions to learn on it, to learn how to make animated GIF. That was a very exciting one as well. You get excited and you produce a lot of GIFs after that. Okay. So I hope that answers the question.
So I still open for a question, and so Puan Asma can answer. Is there any other question? Dr. Mariza, usually you have a question. Do you have any question?
This is a very good one. Actually, I asked quite a lot before the Q&A session, and it's very interesting, and I'm looking forward to practice more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor, for joining us.
You're welcome.
Okay.
There's no other questions, and I think that's all from me. Thank you all for staying for more than 1 hour, I guess. We exceeded the time. I hope it's engaging and as interesting as it is for you as it is for me. Right? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Zakia.
Okay, thank you.